Hey guys, today we're going over the top 5 mistakes buyers are making when they're getting into bidding wars. I hope that's not you, and I hope that you're not making the mistakes right now, but what you can do if you're making these mistakes and how you can strengthen your offers moving forward. Hey, David Kurt here, broker of record with Lake City Realty in Sudbury, Ontario. Always trying to come at you with some great information and great value and just bring you a great resource in terms of what you can do to be the most educated buyer or seller in this marketplace. And right now, everybody's talking about the crazy multiple offers that we're getting into. It seems like left, right, and center, there's just like every single property that's in high demand has a ton of offers on it, tons of showings, has future offer dates, and how to best position yourself as you approach that offer date and you draft your offer up to try to be successful with multiple offers. So I'm going to go from the top 5 tips, and I'm going to throw in a bonus tip at the end for anybody that can stay till the end, so make sure you're listening to that as well. So the fifth way that you can, the fifth mistake that buyers are making when they're writing offers are they're not reaching out to the seller and asking for their ideal closing date. It's so important from a seller, as you're a buyer trying to position and trying to strengthen your offer, to at least find out what date's important to the seller. Maybe that date's not going to work for you at all, but at least be in that position where you have to realize that you have to make your offer so enticing because the seller's either going to have to find a rental situation or move twice or whatever that situation is. But find out what the seller's ideal closing date is, and if you can, match that. And not just match it, also let your agent communicate that you're completely flexible on that and you're happy to change that if they need to, or if there's something changes on the seller side of things. The fourth mistake that buyers are making in this crazy marketplace are minimum deposits. In Sudbury, we're seeing about $1,000 deposit on so many deals. And even when I'm reviewing 15 offers on a property, probably like 80% of the deals will have a minimum deposit down. There's a lot of agents that are pushing for bigger deposits. And just as a buyer, as a seller's confidence, if you can come up with 10, 15, 25, or $100,000 within 24 hours of saying yes to that offer, that shows that you're in a strong financial position. It also, like, people are a little bit worried if deals are going to fall apart. That's not even what a deposit's for, but it does show strength of the purchaser. And what does that deposit mean? It means if the seller, you're not actually cutting a check with a deal. I know in Sudbury Ontario, they submit deposits here within, which we in Sudbury typically do upon acceptance, which are two different things. But if you submit a deposit upon acceptance, that means if your offer is accepted, within 24 hours to that, you're going to have the deposit available to be sent to the listing agent and held in their trust account. So it's actually cash right away and used against purchase price. The third mistake buyers are making when they're out there and they're not, doing what they can do to strengthen their offers. And I just got off the phone with an agent about 1 minute ago, and she's saying, my buyers are struggling out there, and they're like, they don't want to do a home inspection until they actually get a deal accepted. A lot of the home inspectors have pivoted in this crazy marketplace, and they're offering pre-inspections. So for $100, $200, or $300, for a reduced price for what a full inspection is, they're able to come through. You book a full hour showing, and you walk through the home. So you're not going to get a home inspection report, but they're going to be looking for the major structural issues in the house. They're going to be looking for the water leakage. They're going to be looking for grading. They're going to be looking for plumbing, some electrical. They're not going to plug their little tester in and test every single outlet in the house, but they're going to be looking for the big ticket items that you want to be knowing about before you submit that offer. From that position, you're not making an offer that has no home inspection. You've already done the home inspection, and whether you feel comfortable or not, you've made an offer that's based off that number. The fourth reason that buyers are making mistakes is they're not putting themselves in a position of power is everybody out there, and again, this is probably 80% of the deals I'm seeing, are offering round numbers. Don't offer a round number when you're offering. If the list price is listed at $299 or whatever, $300, don't offer $300 or $305. Offer something a little bit higher than that, because typically what's happening is the sellers are looking at 3 or 4 offers and they're saying these ones are all the top ones, and a lot of the time those round numbers it's easy to be $1,000, $2,000, $1,500 higher, and maybe in that position that if they're really just picking the best of what's available, they're saying this is slightly better than the other, so let's go for this one. So it's always a poker game, I like to say with my clients, and realize that maybe typically people are going 500 over, so maybe you're going 1,600 or whatever that looks like, but go slightly above that round number. The biggest mistake I'm seeing people make when they get into multiple offers, though, is looking at the listing price and saying, well, I'm offering 10 or 15 or 25 or $50,000 over listing price, so this must be a competitive offer. You need to throw listing price out. on a lot of these deals. And you need to rely on the agent you're working with, and you need to ask them what they think is good value. We don't have a crystal ball, but if we're working a marketplace and we're actually knowledgeable about a marketplace, we're able to tell you within a pretty good range where we see value. And the conversation I have with my clients, and we know a lot of these agents out there that it's repeat offenders. There's constantly the same agents that are underpricing listings and selling a huge dollars over. The fact is that it works great for them and their clients, and everybody's happy on that end. But when we approach an offer on one of their properties, I can tell you that the listing price means nothing. So if you think that you're offering $25,000 over the listing price and that's a strong offer, it's not, because it was actually listed $50,000 or $75,000 or $100,000 under where it should have been listed. And then when you see it sell for $150,000 over, well, really somebody paid maybe $30,000 or $40,000 or $50,000 more than it should have went for. And that's still a big premium, but not to that same extent. So rely on an agent that's an expert in the marketplace you're looking for. Ask them for their opinions on what they would have listed the house for and what the range they see the house going for. And at that point, use what dollar value you're going to offer based off of that. The last little bonus, and this is for all of you guys that stuck with me to the end here, so I appreciate you guys watching the video all the way through. Sell the story. You're a purchaser, whether you're an investor, whatever you're buying, try to come across, and whether it's in a letter, and I know a lot down south the letters are things of the past kind of thing, but whether it's in a letter, whether it's in a short video, or even if it's in your agent just selling your story and presenting the offer in person if possible, or even just on the phone or over some FaceTime or over Zoom to the other listing agent, have your story told. And when I'm saying to have a story told, sometimes buyers are making the mistake of writing a full page of information about their whole life story. One paragraph, a short, concise, to the point. Include a picture if you want with you and the kids and the dogs. That all sometimes works and goes a long way. And very often in this marketplace, I've found that my clients have been able to get the lowest offer accepted compared to other offers if we're able to tell a really good position ourselves amongst the other areas that I just told you to improve upon, and position the story. Even if you're an investor, we don't want to come across and say, oh, like they can't wait to tear this house down and make a duplex. Do you know what? It always goes back to how much we love the house, how much the buyers have loved the house, and how we can picture ourselves, like carrying this. Maybe it's going to be as an investor portfolio, and they're just really excited to pursue a lifelong dream of buying their first rental property, whatever that looks like, but trying to make that emotional connection with the seller. Ultimately, in this business, all we're trying to do is sell stories and put yourselves in a position of success. So I hope that these 5 tips and the bonus tip help you along the journey, and best of luck out there in this marketplace.